Hi traders, it's Ngoo. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, as we all know, in trading, there's a lot of concepts, and majority of these concepts actually work. But the question is, do you know how to use these concepts? What I'm going to talk about today is liquidity sweeps. If you trade ICT, or even if you don't trade ICT, you would have come across liquidity. Now, I see on socials, a lot of traders actually see a lot of concepts. They just go on and start trading. I don't really understand what the concepts are all about. Don't understand the basics. Why this concept work like this? Why it is like this? Why should we use it? How am I supposed to use it? The statistics regarding that particular concept, they just go on their accounts, probably backtest a couple of months and just start trading. I don't really understand in depth what these concepts are all about. And for me, before I started using liquidity sweeps, I was already profitable trading, but then liquidity sweeps actually increased my profitability. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I incorporated it in my strategy to increase my profitability. Before we get into the video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe to support the growth of the channel. Now let's get into the video while I show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's get into the business of today. Liquidity sweeps act more like confirmations, and you want to use them when you have your bias in mind. So you don't want to use liquidity sweeps on its own, okay? So for example, I like to trade in line with my higher time frame trend, okay? Because when you trade with the higher time frame trend, it just makes your trading way more easier because you just need little moves and you get quick pushes on the lower time frames. So I'm going to use a trade I was looking at yesterday as an example to show you guys what I'm talking about. So first of all, you need to understand, if you're looking for day trades, the daily has to be your best friend, okay? So for me, the daily is actually what I trade based on, because I look at the daily and I'm like, okay, what do I have potentially for today? What do I expect to see for today? So the daily shows me, then I can work my way down to the lower time frames, and then that's where the concept of liquidity sweeps comes in. And so that's just where it is. So looking at the daily time frame, okay, up until this candle had formed, even a blind person would see it is bullish, because you can see there are way more bullish candles than bearish candles. So obviously it is bullish. So I was actually looking for buys. Okay, up until this candle formed, no one would have thought would have had this massive bearish candles. This massive bearish candle rather. So obviously we know it is actually an overbought market because price has been really pushing up. But you don't know when we will get massive pullbacks. You just want to trade the continuation. They've been, just take a look at this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bullish candles, and there's just one bearish candle here. So if you're bullish in these days, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 days, you most likely would have won your trade 6 out of 7. You understand? So that's just where it is. Fine, we have some pullbacks here, and then you can see bullish candles came in. Also, the bullish momentum came in, and we have some bullish candles. So imagine you are bullish in these two candles. Most likely you would have won because they are rejection candles, which shows bullish momentum, right? So whether you're looking at concept of liquidity sweeps, you need to work with your higher time frame bias. And my higher time frame in this is the daily. I don't really like going above the daily because I'm not really looking for long-term trades. I just really need quick in and out. And then I was looking at this. Now, when trading, you need to know, okay, price is bullish. Price most likely is going to pull back to higher time frame levels, PDR rates. Okay, so it depends on what you are looking at. No, for me, I have specific levels I like looking at to take trades from. Okay, so I could see that, okay, we are bullish and there's most likely be a reaction around this level, because there's a reason why it's a turning point. There's a reason why price cut here and started pushing all the way up. Okay, price was kind of bearish previous day, and this day price switched and went up. So obviously there is some orders set here. There's some sort of bullish sentiment around here. So I was actually looking at, okay, this is the level I'm actually looking at. And one thing you need to ask yourself as traders is, when you look at higher time frame levels. How many times does price get to your level and just push immediately on the lower time frames? We barely get those kind of movements. Price goes to your level and price kind of like stalls a little bit before pushing. A lot of traders, what I see is when price probably bounces, gets to a level, they're looking for a quick bounce. It doesn't really work like that. Sometimes price need to settle in that level, accumulate some orders before price pushes. That's how price most times move. And now when you are trading on the daily, I like to read the daily candles. I'm like, okay, I want to catch the low of the day. So I could actually ride the price to the upside. That's actually what I spoke of in my last videos. This video is actually strictly based on liquidity. So I obviously know my daily bias and what I'm actually looking at. Now you need to understand what is liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep is when price actually sweeps a previous low or a previous high. Okay, now in this particular case, I'm looking at a bullish trend. So I'm looking for price to sweep a low for me to continue going higher. Now we need to know that these lows, it shows that there's stop losses below them, right? Because there's a reason why price pushed. Buyers came in here and pushed. Obviously, some people would have been in when they see price turning in and they move their stop loss below there. And price will definitely come back to take those stop losses. If price is going to continue going up, take that and keep pushing to the upside. So there are two types of liquidity sweeps I look for and what I see in the market. First of all, the first thing is early traders. I like to call it early traders. Now, what does that mean? This is a level, okay? So let's just say this is a level mapped on the higher time frame. You see price come down to the level. Imagine I'm bullish on this, okay? So let me draw this, okay? Price comes back to the level. Now we get some early traders buying the move, the push as it's going up. Then price comes back, take them out and push in that direction, okay? So now this is what I call the early traders, the early buyers, okay? So I really want to see price give me that early buyers, that first initial push, because most times you don't really see price just get to a level and just keep pushing, except probably during news events or extreme volatility. So this is actually my best setup, my best type of setups when we have early buyers and then price just comes, take them out and pushes. Then I like to catch the entry when price is probably pushing in my direction. Now, your entry technique might just depend on you. Everyone has their own entry techniques. Me, I have mine. Okay, that actually works very well with me. So this is actually one type, my favorite type. And there's the style where you have existing highs or lows at that level and price comes to take it out. Okay, now for example, this is an existing low, okay? And price sweeps below this, then pushes in your direction. This, not my best, but it still works also, right? Because obviously, when traders are like buying and buying, all these pullbacks are like stop losses are below there, and there are levels also in the market. Okay, so when I see one swept and I could buy above that price, I'm actually good to go. Okay, when price actually goes below, I don't even want to look for an entry below this. So above this will be suitable for me after the low is being swept. So now in this case, we had a case of so this was yesterday trade, as I was saying. So in this case, we had a case of early buyers, okay? Early buyers. And let's look at the daily, okay? And we can see previous day had this strong rejection. Okay, there was very high chance if this rejected, the next candle could actually continue to the upside. There was a very, very high chance because rejections actually tell you a story. So I was looking at this on the 4 hour and I was like, okay, you know what? I would love for price to sweep below here. Okay. I would really love for price to sweep below here. Then push to the upside. This would have been a very, very wonderful trade because obviously we had early buyers here, which already like had booked some profits all the way up. So price could actually take out the stop losses here or take out liquidity here, sweep the liquidity here, then push to the upside. So I was looking at that. But you need to understand that what is a low in the market now? A low forms a high, forms bullish candles, okay? So now this is actually a low. it formed these bullish candles. Okay, so I was like, okay, if we could sweep below this and tap into this level and reject of it and close above, or I could see a trade to take above this, then I'm fine. It's logical to me, makes sense. It shows that price actually went below this, tapped into my level, and then price start rallying above it, which means there's a rejection of lower prices. Okay, price has swept the liquidity here, swept the stop losses that will be below here. Because if you should expand this on the 1 hour, you definitely see a huge push to the upside. That's what I was looking at. So that was what I was looking at. And I like to take entries on the lower time frame. So it all depends on your time frame, your preferred time frame. You could actually take entries on 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. It just depends on how you can actually read structure. So I was actually looking at both levels, okay, for an entry. So initially, what do I see? I see price come into this, tap into level I'm looking at, and then we had a strong reaction from this. This is a sign that price is actually rejecting lower prices, and we had this candle close above this. Okay, this could have been a very, very good entry to take this. Okay, this could have been a very, very, very good entry to take this. Now it all depends on your entry criteria. Okay, so let's see, this went about 1 to 2. So it depends on your entry criteria. You could feel like, oh, this is too aggressive. Then a breaker was formed here. Okay, a breaker was formed here. Price had this close above. We had this pullback. You could have waited for the pullback. You could have entered at the breaker. I'm sure you had like at least a 1-to-1 around here. Price pushed to the upside, but I feel like these entries are just too late, in my opinion. Okay, they are too late. Now, this is about a 1-to-1, so most likely you would have moved stop loss to break even. You could have waited for like a pullback, and you could have entered somewhere around here, the bullish candle pullback. You could have entered anywhere around here. Okay, anywhere around here, the price could have gone all the way up. So this was more or less like a break-even trade for me, because I took this setup and I just stopped at break-even on this because price didn't really continue my direction. But liquidity sweeps actually saves me from taking very, very bad trades, because there are sometimes where you really need price to actually liquidate a low, sweep through a low, sweep through a high before you really take that trade. Actually increases your probability of winning that trade. So depending on your entry criteria, you could have seen something here and actually taking this to the upside. Some traders trade 1-to-2, 1-3, 1-to-1. It all depends on your style of trading, your entry technique. You understand? So when I look for liquidity sweeps, I really want to take trade above it. Okay, so some traders actually, I don't get how they trade their liquidities. I've seen a lot of things on social media, to be honest, a lot. So you really want to take like very tight entries, because what's the essence of waiting for a sweep when you're going to take a very, very terrible entry as like entry at this breaker here? It makes no sense to me. Okay, you really want tight entries so you could actually have a very, very decent risk to reward. Okay, and it has to really make enough sense to you. So I'm going to, this is actually a trade, the most recent trade I could use as an example. And then one thing you need to understand about liquidity sweeps is when you're looking at liquidity sweeps, you really want to use them in line with your higher time frame, in the sense that if I'm looking at probably a sweep of this low to continue going up, most likely the entry will form the low of the day. Okay, you really want to take entries at those low of the day, high of the day for sales, so you could actually ride it all the way to the upside or to the downside. That's the best way of trading the daily candle. So to go over what I've explained so far, you need to use liquidity sweeps in line with your higher time frame bias. Okay, that's actually what will give you the best result. Using liquidity sweep in line with your higher time frame bias. And you need to understand when you're looking at liquidity sweeps, you need to use it in line with higher time frame levels. Okay, you need to have a level in mind. Okay, a turning point where you feel like, okay, price is actually going to reverse from this. Then look for your early buyers or early sellers. Wait for price to take them out, then you buy. Okay, or you sell. So that's just where it is. So if you guys were able to like learn a thing or two from this, you can actually drop your questions in the comment section, and I'll definitely get back to you guys and just share my knowledge with the YouTube community. So I just hope this has been informative. I have a Telegram group where I share all my analysis and setups and all that, and the link is in the video description. So that's just it. Bye for now. See you guys in my next video.